All right. Welcome to your practice. So we can start just again tap in. We already mentioned the air element of a practice. The easiest place to go to is just breathing. Breathing is the movement of wind through the lungs, through the nostrils, the sinus. One of the best things we can do for our breathing is to breathe through our nose. There's some pranayams where maybe you can exhale through your mouth. And every once in a while, there's one where you inhale through your mouth because you're actually trying to cool yourself down. Because breathing through the mouth doesn't really warm the air. Breathe through your nose, it warms the air, makes it easier on your lungs to fight infection. It also takes time. That's why it warms the air to travel through the sinus, whereas the mouth, you can bring a lot of air in quickly. So bacteria you can catch it in the sinus, with the nitrous gas in the sinus. So breathing through the nose has so many physiological benefits. And the one that I think is probably most useful, the one that we'll be talking about, well, those are also quite useful, but really important, is the meditative component of breathing through your nose. Breathing through the mouth is like gasping for air. It's like a secondary. It's like, I need a lot of air now, please. You're sort of telling your system there's a crisis going on. There's a problem going on. So I need to breathe through my mouth. I need to go run away from something. So just zip it, to put it shortly, and try to breathe through your nose. Even when you're stuffed up, try to breathe through your nose, because it actually helps being stuffed up. And so this is just good practice for life. But in yoga, we'll be very intentional about just breathing through our nose. And the first thing that we add on top of that, because that's like rule 0 almost, breathe through your nose. First thing is to try to feel the sensation of wind at the tip of your nose. The first sort of pranayama, breathe through the nose and feel the sensation of wind at the tip of the nose. Not to do anything to your breath, lengthen it, strengthen it, none of that. Just feel the movement of wind at the tip of your nose. Opening your proprioception, your sensitivity to that nose, that area of the body. You can almost think that you're trying to create an awareness of the fragrance of the air. If you were going to smell a rose, you would become more sensitive. You have roses in front of you, but that quality of just becoming sensitive that the air does have fragrance. You're going to breathe as though you're enjoying the feeling of breathing, feeling of moving the air at the tip of the nose. The next thing is to consciously take that feeling on the inhale. You feel the air come in the nose and try to feel it fill up your whole lung. So your lungs are first upper half of your torso, the ribs inside the rib cage. So try to feel when you breathe the breath in, it goes down the throat and inflates the lungs. There's 2 big sacs, right and left side of the body. So on the inhale, take the air in through the tip of the nose, feel it stream in and fill up. And now on the exhale, feel the air go out past the tip of the nose. And you use your imagination a little bit to feel that that air has extended out in front of you. The air you're breathing is in the room in front of you. Just like 3 or 5 more. Feel the inhale, pull the air in, the flow, and then feel that flow of air go out and leave your body. You can almost feel where it goes to. Awesome. Let your head fall to the side. I'll go to the left side first. Breathe in. Breathe out. Head to the right side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back up. Just lift the chin up high. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let the head hang heavy. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take the arms, come back up to neutral. Pull the arms back behind you. Keep them straight so you feel the chest open across the front. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open your arms out wider a little bit, but still behind you. So it's like an owl opening its wings. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Slide your fingertips along the floor, forward any amount, falling forward. When you breathe in, feel the air expand into your back and empty out. And come back up. Same thing, you're gonna take the arms, you're gonna open them out, kind of like an A-shaped diagonal, pull them back behind you, open across your chest. You can turn your thumbs down, palms back. Good, then swoop the hands forward in front of you, slide them forward any amount that feels right to your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Come back up. Once again, drop the head to the side, to the left side. Then turn and look down with your gaze. Inhale back up. Try to trace a half rainbow with your nose. Drop your head to the right. Turn your gaze down. And then draw a half rainbow with your nose. Come back to center. Good. As you take your owl wings back and wide, turn your gaze to look left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back to center. As you turn your gaze right, take your owl wings back and wide. Breathe in. And breathe out. But one more time, drop your head to the left. And look down to the left. Draw half rainbow. And then center. Drop your head to the right. And look down. Breathe. You draw half rainbow. And then come back to center. Good. Just slowly let your shoulders and head grow heavy. Wing your elbows out a little wide. Receive the breath in the back of the kidneys, the back of your ribs. That's the base, lower part of your rib cage. Now come up. Well, it's kind of standing at the front of your neck. You can have your blocks if you want. Mountain pose. Gently push down and lift up lift our heels up as high as we can. It lifts up into our low back and drop the heels down and shift the hips back as far as they'll go. And then tipping forward. Inhale back up. On our tippy toes. Try to keep all 5 toes with even pressure so the inner foot and outer foot are equal. And then then sink it back down, hips back, dip the nose forward. Inhale back up, tippy toes. And then bring your feet down flat. Inhale, swoop your arms up nice and high. Fragrance of the air, so very subtle with our breath right now. And exhale, bring the arms down. Feel that gentle flow of air. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down. Almost think to yourself that the breathing inflates the arms. So you're really linking your movement to the expansion of your breath. And then down. Take just the left arm up and look at it as it goes up. Bend it behind your head. Inhale, twist and look back over your left elbow. Breathe here. And then come back to center. Inhale, right arm up, look at the thumb. Bend it behind the head, keep looking up at the elbow. Twist back to the right. And then release back to center. Good. Push your arms out like we did earlier when we're seated. Arms go back and wide like an owl. Lift up on your tiptoes. And then exhale, sit down to a chair, bring your fingertips together. This is like the beak of the owl. Then we're gonna try a little more challenge. You're gonna lift up on your tippy toes, open your owl wings, and turn your head while you're doing it. It's a little bit of a balance challenge. Like you're a bird on a roost. Good. Exhale, sit back, owl beak. Inhale, tippy toe, arms wide, turn the gaze nice and slow, focusing on your balance. Exhale, owl beak. One more time each side, open your owl wings as you tippy toe, and turn your gaze. Owl wings have the palms facing behind you. Sit back chair. Nice and steady, like the breeze, a cool breeze. Open your wings, other side. Back down. And then come back up to mountain pose. Very good. Take your arms up in a field goal post shape. Well, no, we'll make it, we'll go bird theme. Go like falcon shape, just a little bit higher. Actually, just keep the same shape. We'll just call them falcon wings instead of field goal post. And you're gonna open your falcon wings. You're gonna feel like the breeze was moving against your front body, opening the chest, opening the elbows and hands back a little bit. Feel the shoulder blades tone. Breathe here. Falcon wings. And lift your gaze up to like where this wall and the ceiling meet in your room, in your space. Your chin's a little lifted. Good. Then you're going to slide the hands down your legs as you bow, flat back position. Keep your back strong. Breathe here. Good. Inhale, back up. Lift the arms up nice and high. And then pull down to falcon wings. So elbows are the height of the shoulder. And they're moving back with the hands. As the gaze moves just slightly up. Just above eye level. Try to open your side ribs. Open your chest. Good. Hands down the legs. Flat back position. Keep the back strong, don't round it. Inhale back up one more time. Let the arms be nice and tall. Straight elbows, straight long fingers. Pull down your falcon wings. Pull open your falcon wings. Keep breathing. Subtle breath, the feeling of the wind. At the tip of the nose, opening up into the fronts of your lungs. And then exhale, half back position. Breathe into your back ribs. Inhale, come all the way back up. Take your arms out in a T shape. I don't have a bird yet for this. These can be like lark. Yes, lark wings. Big, open, long wings. Look at the eagle arms. You're going to bring your left elbow under your right elbow. And it's early in class, so we're just going to start with the open eagle beak. So you pull across, and the hands can be near the shoulders. Full eagle arms, the palms actually come up. You can just explore a little bit how that feels on your shoulder right now. Or if you're welcome to keep it a little more like a V, where you're still squeezing across. Don't latch them yet, just you can pull them towards each other. Good, inhale, open out lark wings. Exhale, bring the right elbow under, it's just the other side. And pull them across so the hands are near the shoulders. And you can just stay there as you're pulling the elbows across the midline. And sometimes we're going to start to turn our forearms, point vertical. Don't bind, just stretch the shoulder. Do it like 2 times or just hold it. Good, inhale, open up, eagle wings. Sorry, lark wings. I gotta write all this down. Broaden across, like these are warrior 2 arms. We'll just go with that. I think everyone knows. Good, one more time. Eagle arms, left elbow under, squeeze across, then pull towards vertical. Don't bind yet, just sort of work the muscle and use that to create a stretch in the shoulder. Good, inhale, open out, warrior 2 arms, big breath. Stretch the fingers further away. Good, right elbow under, it's the second side. Nice swooping, smooth motions like birds in the sky. Breathe here. And release your arms down. Excellent. Bow forward, you put your hands on blocks or on the floor. Inhale, look forward. And we're going to step back and hold ourselves a plank pose. Hips as high as your shoulders. Breathe. Just feel the fragrance of the air. This is going to incentivize you to not breathe like a barbarian or not hold your breath. You don't want to huff and puff when you're working too hard. You don't want to hold our breath. You're just sort of skipping out on the mindful embodied awareness component. Breathe light and smooth. Good. Drop down the knees if you haven't already. And then sit your hips back. You can keep your toes tucked to get a stretch on your foot. Inhale, bring your shoulders over your hands. Lift your legs or just your hips. You can keep the knees down. Plank pose again. You can lower down knees, chest, chin, or just lower all the way down, whatever sort of works for your body. Good. You're going to point your toes and just lift them. Lift your legs while keeping your knees straight. Lift your legs while keeping your knees straight. Go ahead and separate your wings. I don't know what kind of bird this is. Fingertips are down and wide, so it's helping you open your shoulder, lift your shoulder.
And just float the legs a few inches off the ground. Really work on elongating through your knee joint. You feel your glute muscles having to activate. Good. I like to call this one penguin on ice, like a penguin on its belly sliding. But we're concentrating on the breath. I don't even know if penguins can fly, so they don't really make sense as an air element. But they're still a bird, so I'm kind of on track. Release, turn your head to one side and rest your cheek. Feel the fragrance of the breath. Gently move the wing. If you can do that pretty sustained while you practice, you're going to think about filling up and then emptying completely. So both phases of the breath, filling up completely and emptying completely, just while maintaining a smooth, calm breath. Let's bring our hands back to the spider fingertips or tent poles. Inhale, lift up through the chest and shoulder and extend through your knee joints as you lift your legs. Focus on the breathing. Feeling your embodiment. Cross your palms. Let's turn the other cheek. The air element also represents the mind. The mind is the air element. It's like a sky. When you're clouded with lots of thoughts, usually thoughts about yourself, you live in a cloudy sky. Too many clouds, it gets very emotional. It starts to rain. Yoga, about living in a vast sky, that your mind is no longer associated with the thoughts, the clouds in it. Your mind is just open, like a vast sky. Place your hands under your shoulders, push down as you lift up cobra pose, hawk food pose. And bring your shoulders back and down. Feel your muscles contract to your spine. Breathe. And this rhythmic, steady breathing will clear out. When it's controlled and regulated, it does clear out the mind. So it looks like a vast sky. Tried and true method for thousands of years. Using the breath to control the mind. Push your hips back, tuck your toes. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Extend your legs or just stay on your knees, no problem, but hips are the height of the shoulders. Breathe, smooth and steady. It's harder under pressure. Just like it's hard to keep a clear, vast mind under pressure. Lower down all the way to the mat. Inhale, extend your legs as you lift them. This time you can open up little baby wings, little baby dragon wings. Hold the pose. Let your mind and breath be vast and open. Working at a level that prioritizes the air element over the physical body element. Mind and breath, open and clear. Exhale, rest down, turn your cheek. Still noticing the fragrance of the air. Dare to know the end of the exhale. Back up, lift up, float the legs, and this time you're going to take the legs a little wider, maybe a little wider than your yoga mat, and then bring them back together. You're like flapping wings with your legs. Open the legs out and then bring them back together, hovering at just an inch or two off the ground the whole time. Knees straight. Yeah, you can put your arms in the air if you wanted, more challenge. A couple more, nice and slow, slow as you can move. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. This is not easy. Move slow. Good, and relax. Turn the cheek. One of the trappings of the air element, people who are very airy, they think a mile a minute, because wind is vast. Wind is fast as well. Vast and fast. And so sometimes we can get lost in our thoughts. They just run. So air people often, when they get out of balance, because they're moving way too fast. Inhale, lift up, cobra, hot food pose. Pull your shoulders broad, back and down. Good. Push back, child's pose. Tuck the toes. Spread your fingers, spread your palms, and grip the mat like talons. Good. Come down to your forearms. Make your forearms look like the number 11. And bring your shoulders over your elbows. You can walk the knees back and do this on your knees, or lift your hips up, knees up, forearm. Breathe. And this is one a little more challenging. You're going to turn your feet all the way one way, and then inhale, center. Exhale, turn your feet all the way the other, and then center. Let's do that 2 more times each side. Rotating the hips while the torso stays steady. Good. Lower down, Sphinx pose, open up. Let's go to downward facing dog on our forearms, or just a regular downward dog if you'd like. Downward facing dog on our forearms. You can grip the front of your mat like a sled, a toboggan sled. Push up and try to stretch the mat forward as you lift your hips up. This is actually called dolphin pose. Sorry, not every pose can be named after a bird. But dolphins are quite intelligent, which relates to the air element. Breathe in your dolphin. Three more deep breaths. Finish the exhale. Good. Slowly make your way into a squat pose. So you can just hang out on our feet. Come back down to a squat pose. Walk the hands back. If you're in squat pose, you can take your arms inside your knees and gently push. Push the knees open with your elbows. Good. And push up to standing. Good. Breathe here at the back of the mat. And just think about opening your joints. Making your ankles longer, your knees longer, your hips. Make your wrists longer, your elbows. Make your shoulders longer.
Make your neck longer. Spacious joints. Good. Shift the weight to your right foot and step your left foot forward. So your left foot's forward in a warrior one stance. Position your knee over your heel. Let's open our arms. We'll call this one Valkyrie wings. So your arms in a big V shape. I don't think I picked a bird for this yet. We'll go with Valkyrie wings. Big, open, V-shaped arms. Breathe here. So your hips are facing, your torso is facing front. This is warrior one. Turn your body a little more front facing, Billy. There you go. Valkyrie, open your palms like you're catching the breeze, like you wanted to soar. Open your arms. Feel the breeze against the front body. Opening the front, toning your back. 2 more deep breaths. Back foot is planted. Now root that heel. Good. Now you're going to lean your Valkyrie wings out like you are going to dive and soar. So you should feel that front quad get a little more active. You're going to lift up on your back tippy toes and just hold this back tippy toes like you're going to dive off of the ledge and soar. Breathe. Good. Now let's just step out of the pose. Good. Walk to the back of your mat. Lengthen all your joints. Make it a meditation. Lengthen your ankles, your knees, your hips, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders. And then lengthen your neck. Spacious joints. Complete your exhales, really your whole breath. Step forward with your right foot into warrior one legs. Inhale, open up, Valkyrie wings, V-shaped arms, spacious joints. Clear out the clouds and notice the vastness of your mind, the fullness of the body. Long, smooth breath. This is warrior one. Front knee is bent, back leg is planted. Nice long stance. Warrior one. Good. Now lean forward. So you're putting your body out over your front leg. Front leg is nice and bent. And you can lean forward so much that you're coming to back tippy toe. Good. Hold and breathe. Like you're going to dive and soar. Open your chest. Your gaze should still be outward, not downward. You're going to soar. You're going to open up. You're not diving. You're soaring. Good. And then step out of the pose. Excellent. Start with your hands on your hips. And with the hips, shoulders distance apart, turn and twist so you really feel your core, your hips and shoulders twisted. Your hands help you notice that your hips and shoulders are doing the twisting. Back to center. Keep your hands on your hips so you can notice your hips and then your shoulders are really doing the twisting. Then you take note. Does one side twist a little easier than the other? It works that way for me. Let's twist to the first side again. Keep breathing. Back. Keep breathing. Back. Good.
Now put your arms out, or your two arms again, and we're going to twist. Don't use your arms. You want to keep your arms strong and steady. Try to twist from the core, from the hips and the shoulders. Too often we just flail our arms back there. We twist we try to make our arm do the twist. See this a lot when we do that wide-legged forward bend. We're training that today. Twist your hips and shoulders. You don't actually have to pull that arm. If you want, now with that right hand, you can pull it further back behind you and notice you'll just feel it in the shoulder, front of the shoulder when you do that. That's not really what we're after when we're twisting. Back to center. Relax. Good. Bend your knees. And let's step our right leg all the way back again. Inhale up, V-shaped Valkyrie arms. And try to twist, not from the arms, but from your core. Turn your hips and your shoulders to your left. And straighten your front leg a little bit so you get a little more room to twist. Don't just flail your arm back there. And then rebend your front knee. Rebend your front knee. Good. Now lean out with your right hand. So it's the same pose we just did, but we just added a twist to it. Stay with me. Come back, both arms out in front, soaring Valkyrie. Awesome. Arms a little further out in front. There you go. And then step forward out of the posture. Good, nice long hold. The mind wants to be vast and big, but it needs to stay in the atmosphere. It needs to stay connected to the earth, your body. Otherwise, we just get lost in thought. Bend your knees, step your left leg back. You want the mind to feel vast like the sky. We should add vast like a clear blue sky. Not vast like a stormy sky. Breathe. V-shaped arms. And you're going to twist. Try to twist from your waist and your shoulders. A little bit of hip, but not really your arms. You can straighten the front leg, make it a little more twist available to you. Breathe. Rebend the front knee, try to maintain your twist. And then lean the left hand, like we did in that soaring gesture. Stabilize it. Breathe here. And untwist. So you're in Valkyrie, soaring Valkyrie. Breathe. And then step out of the pose. Awesome job. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, bow. Inhale, look forward. We're going to do downward facing dog for 5 deep breaths. Downward facing dog for 5 deep breaths. Notice the fragrance of the breath. The way we breathe can affect our emotions. And often the breath is just following the emotional energy we're bringing to our life, to our practice. Here you're working in reverse. You're trying to let your breath become this peaceful, centered, quiet listener. And then you're letting your emotions and moods reflect your breathing. The two work together. They work in both directions. You change how you breathe, you can change how you carry yourself. And a Qigong master said, angry people Breathe angrily. Sad people breathe sad. If you think about it, they breathe very different based on their mood and sentiment. Well, we can infer peaceful people, they breathe peacefully. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Push your shoulders apart and push them down to tone your shoulders and core. Walk the knees back a little bit or a lot. Good. Let's come back down to our forearms again. If you want, you can hold that front edge of your yoga mat. Now we're going to drop onto our right hip. Onto our right hip. Good. So your shins are knees are probably a little bent here. And you're going to take your left hand to your hip. Your right hand's going to keep holding that mat and trying to stretch it out in front of you. And now push down with your knee and down with your forearm. Lift your hips up. So it's like a forearm plank, side plank, with the knee down. If this is easy for you, you can straighten the legs and just keep the right foot down instead of the knee. Could be useful just to work here though. If you want to open up a wing, go ahead, open that left wing up. And then lower down, hip down first. Hold the mat with both hands, get your forearms back, and lift back up. And swivel your knees over, and you're going to drop onto your left hip. Take your right hand to your hip. Stretch that mat forward, and then push your hips up. Forearm plank. One arm, forearm plank. Good. Reach up with your top arm. Try to keep extending up so it kind of helps make a rainbow shape out of your spine. Breathe. Lower down. Place the arm. And then come back to center. Roll all the way down, hips down, belly down. You can do Sphinx pose. Or put your hands out a little bit in front of you and push your arms straight. So it's not as intense as Cobra because the arms are out on a diagonal, but it's still a back bend. And try to soften your shoulders down and away from the spine. Breathe and see if you can feel your rib cage now. You want to move your rib cage a little bit side to side. Keep your arms nice and steady as you breathe here. Excellent. Lower down. Let's rest a second. Turn the cheek. Get your arms out nice and wide. The fingertip, wide fingertip. Let's tone the legs and lift them just a little bit. Keep the knees straight. And now you're going to do like a little swimmy, it's like a little swimmer's kick. If you could, like you were flying, you were dreaming that you were flying in the sky. The only way to move forward was to kind of kick your legs like you were swimming, but you had to do it in slow motion. The tendency is going to want to be to bend your knee. Try to feel that the bending is happening in your hip and your knee is staying straight. Slow as you can go. Just cruising around in the sky in a dream. Good. Lower down, push down. We're gonna do a dolphin or a downward dog. Dolphin's the downward dog on your forearms. 5 deep breaths. Inhale up. You can walk it forward or back until we're standing on our mat again. Good. Stretch the arms out. Pull the left elbow under. And then you can stay in the V or sort of bring the forearms up. If you want to hook, you can. Put the left knee down. Put the left elbow down. Bring the left knee up. And you can just stay here and work on your balance. You can be on tiptoe. Or you can cross that foot over and go into eagle pose. And choose. Don't use the wall today, so just choose a version. We're focusing on the arms, just adding the legs in. A little bit of focus as you breathe. Inhale, open out. Stretch your joints long. And then bring the right elbow under. You can just stay across in the V, no problem. Or you work on lifting up. Maybe they bind, not necessary. You choose your legs. Tiptoe on the right, knee up on the right, or cross it on the right. If you cross it, you can bend the standing leg. Just like the sky, the eagle remains perfectly focused. Open back up. Put the left foot in front, step the right leg back. Warrior 2 legs. Warrior 2 legs, hands on your hips. Go nice and long today as you bend your front knee over the heel. Good. Try to align your shoulders with the long edge of your mat. Keep your feet planted and straighten your front leg. Go long today, much longer than you feel like you usually do. Still, feet are planted, don't strain yourself. And now tip, holding your hands on your hips. Tip your left shoulder down. Try to keep your shoulders in a line, the long edge of the mat. So usually the top shoulder wants to fall forward. Use your hands on your hips to help that. Keep your shoulders in a line. Breathe here. Inhale back up. Keep that long stance. Turn your hips a little forward, whatever feels good to you. Open your Valkyrie wings. This is like Warrior 1, but it's just really long today. A lot longer than usual. Really bend your front knee into its fullness, to its capacity. Don't go past your toes. Your stance be so long you can't probably go past your toes. Good. Now reach out. Lean out. Get up on your back tippy toes. Stay with me. Keep breathing. Bend your front knee. Maybe you can get your front thigh parallel with the floor. Good. Drop your hands down. Plant your right hand down. Lift your left arm up. Good. Plant your left hand down. Lift your right arm up. Good. And then come all the way back up. Warrior two. Straighten your legs and then step out of the pose. Whew, good job. Just take a moment, let your joints become long again in mountain pose. Right foot forward, left leg back, warrior two legs. Nice and long stance today, longer than your usual. All right, we're becoming vast like the sky. Hands on your hips, please, and turn your shoulders so that they're lined up with the long edge of your mat. So it feels like you're probably a little bit turning, a little bit twisting, even as you bend into warrior two legs. You're going to straighten your front leg. If you go longer stance, go ahead. Keep your hands on your hips. Keep that shoulder. That's usually the left shoulder wants to pop forward. Keep that left shoulder back a little. So it's like you're sliding your shoulders down a wall behind you into a little more modest triangle, but it's actually going to be harder because you're not using your arms for support. Breathe. Extending through your front leg. Don't let it bend. Come back up and turn your body as far forward as it'll go as you bend your front knee as far forward as it'll go. Really long warrior one. Valkyrie wings. You have to get your belly kind of close to your front thigh. That's how deeply you're bending. Breathe in that leg. You're going to lean out. Keep breathing. Stay with me. Good. Left hand down, right hand up. That back heel will lift maybe. And swoop. Right hand down. Swoop left arm up. Inhale, open up warrior two. And then step out of your pose. Relax your joints and lengthen them. Whew. Nice work, everyone. Okay, so you might want a wall for this. And I think you can do the wall in front so you could lean forward and still look outward. Lean forward, look, we're going to take a leg away. Maybe just one finger, but I think you want to be able to play with, if you go wider, you won't need the wall with your hands. But then if you bring your hands in front of you, you can still touch the wall. So that's what, this way you can explore the soaring feeling that we've been talking about in this air element. So let's do this together, step by step. So if you're at the wall, just get that distance, maybe 3 feet, whatever, 3.5 feet. Maybe you don't need it. All right, hands on hips. Use our whole breath through our nose. Now we're going to bend our knees to start. Step your right foot back a little bit. So both knees are bent and both knees are both knees are bent and the feet are touching the ground. Then lean out like you're going to soar, and you can open your Valkyrie wings. So some of you might be able to touch the wall now, and then if you go wide, you're free from the wall. Standing leg is straight. And what you're going to do is you can lift
your back knee, and you can keep that knee bent today, both knees bent today, and just soar and breathe. Soar and breathe. Both knees bent today. Gaze straight forward. You want to be playful, pop your left heel off the ground for a second or two. Kind of pulsing. Good. Drop the back foot down and come up. All right. Right foot's in front or down. Left tiptoes back behind you. Both knees will bend. Both knees are bent quite deeply. Not squats, but, you know. Start with the hands on the hips. You're going to lean out with the gaze out. And then more challenge, fingertips go to the wall or fingertips go wide in V-shape wings. Get low and keep your knees bent as you float the back leg. Breathe. This is called hummingbird pose. You can pump the standing heel. Good, and come back up. We do one more round, work the legs in our balancing today. If you're using the wall for balance, by all means, just keep using the wall. But hummingbirds make figure eights with their wings. That's how they can stay in place. That's how they utilize the air. The figure eight moves so fast that it looks like they're staying still, but it's keeping them in place. And so you're going to draw figure eights with your fingertips, whether you're in the balancing V arms. If your fingertips are on the walls, you're going to try and draw figure eights, okay? Whatever you want to work on, however you want to work on it. Left foot down, right foot back, bend both knees. Open your wings. If you feel like balancing, lift the back leg, and hummingbird wings. Moving, carving through the air. Keep breathing. And come back up. Whew. I was trying to lift my heel as I lifted my hands in the swoops. My teacher said when you can challenge your proprioception, things with your fingers and toes, that this helped the mind step out of thought, out of the thinking mind, to have that repetitive, touching fingers. We have tapping now in nervous system regulation, sort of deregulate, to bring the nervous system down. That's what we're working on here, using all these motions in complexity with our body to just relax the nervous system and get into a vast open sky. Right foot down, left leg back, bend both knees. Last side, last round. Choose your wings, you can lean out, hummingbird pose. Figure eights when you're ready. I'm going to reverse my heel goes up as my hands push down. Good. Come out of the pose. When you're ready, take a nice wide squat. And then come down to a kneeling posture on your mat. You're going to sit between the heels, either on a block
Or straight on the floor if that your knees permit that. And just gently let your head be a little heavy, like almost like you're resting your forehead on a wall in front of you. Put your hands on your thighs. Your elbows are turned out slightly. You're doing this, try to feel that your low back is just your whole back is just slightly rounded. You're not really working hard around it, but just by just that gentle resting forward energy of your forehead and your elbows turned out, a little rounded shape to the back. And return to our practice of just sipping the air, breathing in the fragrance. Feel the breath move like wind. All the way full. And then all the way up. Start to sit upright, just really gently. Bring your spine upright so it still feels just as calm and relaxed and just as full, even though you're upright. Good. Slowly take a seat on our mat, cross your ankles, and then open your legs wide into a V shape. With the knees wide, actively push your heels down. Push your heels down. Right, so you can slide the fingers. We're going to put the arms up like they're on a coffee table ledge. Good. So it's the V-shaped arms again. And you're going to stretch the hands forward. Like you're sliding them out along the coffee table. Once they keep upright. And then once you've gotten them as far forward as they'll go, now just drop them straight down and let your back round. Inhale, come back up. Same thing with the legs. Put the hands on the coffee table ledge and slide them over to be over the right side. Go out over the coffee table ledge. When they can't go out, then drop them down and let your back round. Come back up, wings. Turn the wings over the left leg. Glide out over that coffee table. And then drop down. Inhale back up. Bring the feet together.
Soles of the feet touch. You can hold your ankles. Gently pull with your arms. And now bend your elbows out toward the knees as you drape forward. Breathe the air. And think of breathing the air as this relationship that the air that's coming into your lungs is very quickly outside your lungs. And it's this constant interchange. You're breathing the sky. That same air that's up in the sky is moving in and out through your lungs. It's your connection to the sky. You can breathe a peaceful breath. That is a sign of a peaceful person. As is an angry breath, the sign of an angry person. They like to huff and puff. Slowly lower down onto your back. You can roll your back out a couple times. Rest on your back. Contemplate. This isn't a sigh of relief. This isn't a, oh, I'm done from a day's long work. Contemplate the feeling of a peaceful breath. How long would it be? How deep would it be? How noisy would it be? Lift your hips up into a bridge pose. Let's do 3 or 5 of those. And then rest. So again, focus on a peaceful breath. Put your right leg out and twist over to the left. Twist to the other side.
line. Slowly stretch your limbs out. One final intentional, peaceful breath, and then rest.
Press up to a comfortable seat. Namaste.